Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Redbird Replay. This is Scott Kirker along with Coach John Helmick. Coach, Metamora playing their second game now. This is going to be a bigger test than last week when we went down to Champaign Central. Metamora kind of had their way, but this is a whole nother beast tonight. Rock Island comes to town, and they're a big school, and they're good.
Yeah, you know, it was an ideal game last week. You get to play all your kids. You get to see what they can do, what they can't do. Now, this one allows you to take a step ahead and get ready for your conference eventually. So it's a big ball game because they're good. They're beatable, but they're good.
Yeah, and they've got a 1,000-yard rusher.
Wilson?
Well, yes. What was his number?
Turn around, it's right behind you.
Oh. Well, we'll get it. Oh, it was, no, that's not him. Anyway, we'll get his number. He was. We'll know him. Yeah, he was a pretty good player they had last year. He had 194 yards rushing, I think, last week against St. Charles. So they're going to have to stop him. I think when they watch our film, they're going to try and get outside. Yeah,
definitely. He's a tailback, and he's a little bit bigger than the rest of the running backs, and he's going to carry the ball the bulk of the time. Now, when he does carry the ball, the quarterback will keep off of that. He'll get an inside handoff to the halfbacks, but you got to stop the tailback first.
Yeah. Now, we didn't have a prelim game tonight. There was no freshman game. They brought their sophomore team. We had our freshman team on the field.
Yeah, you know, that's kind of disillusion. You get here ready to play, and then all of a sudden you can't play. So it's hard to take sometimes. Yeah. I don't know what happened. Miscommunication of some sort.
Well, here we are once again with Metamora offensive coordinator Nick Dolinsky. Coach, pretty good out. He played pretty well offensively last week, I thought. Just didn't have the ball much, but I thought pretty well. You played pretty well last week.
Yeah, I mean, we scored, on every possession besides the one in the second half. We went 4 and out on a drop and an overthrow, but they fumbled on the very next play. So it's almost like we got the first down and we marched down and scored. So we did really a lot of good things offensively last week, but we only had, I think it was 33 offensive plays. So the good news is we got a lot, left in the tank, hopefully, and we didn't get our skill guys as involved as we wanted, because our 2 running backs had a really good night running the ball. And, Tommy had a few good runs there, and that's what we should do. Our quarterback's got to be the guy that scores in short yardage and pick up short yardage. And, the one thing he wanted to do and we wanted to do is make sure we could set the tone that he could get that done. And, obviously he did last Friday night.
So, Coach, we'll go ahead and get you after the game, but they're going to go ahead and do the coin flip with the honorary captain. So we'll catch up with you a little later.
Okay.
All right. Thanks.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, a career-ending injury at the end of his sophomore campaign cut things short. However, he did meet his wife Sandy of 32 years at Northern Illinois, and they now have 3 children: Jessica, Curtis, and Sarah, and a grandchild on the way as well. Our second and final honorary captain tonight was a teammate of Reddington's. This player was also both an All-Corn Belt Conference player his senior year, as well as an All-Stater through the Chicago Sun-Times. Despite turning down numerous football scholarship offers, he chose a different route. This player chose to become a farmer. He and his wife Amy have been married for 27 years. Fans, please welcome number 77, Mike Reddington. And please welcome number 73, Russ Klein. Tonight's honorary captains.
Looks like he can still play. No, he's about past age. Maybe a year younger. Well, they're about past age.
Rock Island has won the coin toss.
That's a cool picture.
I thought last week, one of the biggest pluses we had was I thought our defense played outstanding last week.
Yeah, from what I saw, on the huddle, definitely we look to be quicker this year on defense, and I think maybe not as big, but quicker and not afraid to hit you.
Back deep from Metamora, I can't get their number. Number 38, Ryan Vogel, and who's the guy on the other side? 25, that's Zach Poston. Kicking off for Rock Island is number 11, Kimba Peter. As we get ready to start this second game of the season. Metamora comes in at 1-0. Rock Island comes in at 0-1. And that's going to go out of bounds, and I think the Redbirds will take it right at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, definitely. That's anytime you get to start there, that's much better to try to start at the 20. It looks like it's about not quite the 30, but they'll put it at the 35.
Yeah. Now, it's been interesting. We have yet to return a kickoff. They onside kicked twice last week. And then tonight,
do they know something? You wonder. Nobody has seen us return it, so then nobody knows for sure. But if you watch our running backs during the ball game, you know that they're capable of breaking them at any time. So yeah, maybe that's a good idea. Looks like we get a tight set here.
Looks like Austin Yeager in the backfield for the Redbirds.
Got a slot in the wing. That's the counter play. You pull the guard and tackle, but it was going nowhere.
They're pretty big up front, pretty stout.
They got some stout guys up front. And 76 is awfully big up there, isn't he? I think Pat's going to have to realize that he's probably going to have to throw the ball earlier this ball game.
Yeah, I'm sure. Isn't that kind of tradition? You start off with 32 belly.
Sure. Usually those big guys will wear down a little bit if you can make them pass rush a few times.
Nobody in the backfield.
That was a play. They faked the jet sweep. And number 2 got behind them, wide open, right down the middle of the field.
Jack Moore for the Redbirds. Big play early.
That's what it takes, a play-action pass. It froze those cornerbacks, and they stayed up, and we ran right by him.
Down to the 24-yard line. Nice play by the Redbirds.
Wow.
Touchdown, Metamora!
They ran a little crossing pattern on the outside there. The outside guy came inside.
Oh,
on the
no,
post.
he dropped it.
Oh, my gosh. Huh.
No, was there a penalty? Maybe there's a penalty. So, yeah, he dropped it.
Illegal substitution to call against Metamora.
I think you got to go in at least the hash mark when you go in to substitute. You evidently just snuck in there at the numbers.
So there's a penalty. It'll stay first down, but that's a 15-yard penalty?
Yes.
So it makes it 1st and 25. Or is that's not a down also, is it?
I don't think so. No, I think it's...
Oh, yeah, it's still first. 1st and 25 for the Redbirds at the Rock Island 39-yard line. Oh, nice play. Is that Bartman?
Number 3 got a heck of a block out there.
Yeah, he did. John Nelson.
Nelson, yeah.
I believe that was Kyle Bartman. So that'll be a 1st and 10 inside the 10-yard line down to the 8.
First and goal for Metamora.
Down to about the 6. He's inside the 6. That was Logan McClure.
Yeah. And not much there, really. They filled that hole pretty fast. Come up on the outside and forced him back inside.
2nd and goal from the 5.
That'll be a good time for a play action pass. Fake that ball in there, and we've been able to beat their backs. Yes.
Touchdown, Metamora.
Nice fake. So Tommy kept the ball up inside. Big hole.
That was a beautiful drive.
Yeah, it was. And they mixed it up.
Yes.
You get through in some passes that loosen things up.
Line did an outstanding job of making those running lanes for him, too.
Sure. That was a good read there. If it was a read, I'm sure it was. They faked the ball, the crossing back on the counter, and kept the ball up inside.
Vogel comes in for the extra point. And it's up and good, 7-0 Redbirds. 9:47 to go, first quarter. Redbirds up quickly.
You know, it's amazing
7-0.
what can happen when you throw the ball enough to loosen them up like that. That makes everything more successful.
Yeah.
Makes the running game better, and you could even run it more now because they're so pass conscious.
Right. And we had got, Gatton was wide open in the end zone.
Oh, there were several of them wide open. The one you're talking about the one that was dropped. He was wide open. And then the first pass down the middle was a play action pass, and we ran a post. It was wide open. The hardest thing in high school defense is to play pass defense, because you're simply reacting, and if the guy's got any speed at all and has got any moves at all, you're out there by yourself, and it's tough, especially if you're trying to play the run, which obviously they were trying to play the run because they were stopping it, so they had 8 people up front. That puts a lot of pressure on the defensive backs.
Ryan Vogel will tee it up. He put every kickoff except one into the end zone last week.
Boy, that's so big. If you can make the other team start at the 20-yard line and go the length of the field, they're going to make a mistake somewhere along the line.
Yeah, in high school football, it's hard to put together an 8, 9, 10 play drive.
It is at any level. It really is. I mean, there's interceptions, fumbles, there's all kinds of things that can happen.
That's going to go into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
Yep. Good high, nice kick, 5 yards deep in the end zone. Bring it out to the 20, make them start there. Somewhere along the line, they're going to make a mistake.
That is a weapon.
Oh, it's a big weapon. It really is. I love that weapon.
9:47 to go. First quarter, Redbirds up 7-0.
Their quarterback likes to carry the ball, too. He likes to fake and carry the ball. That's Wilson. Now the fear here is they're bigger than we are, and they just start pounding the ball. Can we take the size punishment?
Yeah, that's always a fear.
That's when you got to use your quickness.
Davion Wilson, number 21, that's their running back.
There he goes.
And he'll go the distance for a touchdown.
Wow, he broke that off right tackle, broke a couple of tackles in the secondary, and just outran everybody.
Yeah.
A 77-yard run by number 21, tailback Davion Wilson.
Now, see, on film, we didn't see that much speed,
no.
But he's got it, doesn't he?
He certainly does.
On. That'll even a ball game up in a hurry.
The thing about that, I've always thought, though, a team breaks one for a long touchdown. That's just a defensive breakdown. When a team drives on you, that's a little more demoralizing.
Yeah, but it's a little bit demoralizing, too, when you take it down and score seemingly at ease, and then they come right back and go 80 yards for a touchdown. That's kind of demoralizing also. It's tough.
Yeah, it is. You're right. And that's no good. Redbirds keep the lead.
The Metamora defense is based on bend but don't break.
Right.
So they've got once in a while give up an 8 or 10 yard run, but not an 80-yard run. That goes strictly against your philosophy, defensive philosophy.
Yeah.
It's interesting, isn't it?
So Metamora will get their second possession with 9:08 to go. First quarter, 7-6 Redbirds.
You know, a lot of times this happens early in the ball game. They'll make a big play or break a big play. And from then on, there's nothing. So that's what we got to hope for.
Yeah.
We adjust to that play. We adjust to their offense and stop them. You know, it happens early in the ball game a lot. You just have to suck it up and put your nose in there and stop it. I wonder if they'll onside again. I wouldn't think so, would you?
Boy, I would think they would at least want to kick it deep for the same reasons we talked about kicking the ball deep.
Make them go the length of the field.
We do have some speed in the backfield, though, with Poston and Vogel. Ooh, that's Bagol, the sophomore.
Yeah. Hello, introduction to varsity football.
I like that. He just took it and went right up the field. Yeah.
There's a question, though. If it's a little bit shorter than that, you may want to fair catch that ball, you know, and protect it rather than take a chance. But he had it deep enough that you're right. He took it and ran with it, and I think that was the right decision.
So Redbirds will get it on their own 41-yard line. Again, good field position.
Yeah, excellent field position. If they're giving that to you, take it. That's the same as a run. That's better than a run. That's 7-8 yard gain.
To Bartman.
Yeah.
Another nice block by John Nelson in the
right. Right. Those kids get to working with each other and blocking for each other. You know, that really helps you.
So it brings up a 2nd and about 3 for the Redbirds at about the 48-yard line. Is that Vogel? Ryan Vogel with a whale of a catch.
Definitely. Scott, yeah.
So the Redbirds will set up shop just outside the 10 at the 11.
Yeah, it's interesting to watch these coaches over here react to the lack of pass defense. Now, see, they didn't see that at all last week, did they, when they scouted us?
No, no. We've already thrown more, I think, this game than we did last week. And he'll get it back to about the line of scrimmage. Maybe the length of the ball.
Yeah, nothing was there. Even the give was not there. They faked the counter or read the counter and tried to keep it and go outside. It was nothing.
Yeah, I guess they're going to give him about a yard. It makes it 2nd and 9.
You know, a high snap like that sometimes messes up the timing of a play. And by the time he got it down, hand off, they reacted pretty well. Field goal?
No, it's only 3rd down.
Okay, so that's the passing offense. Then they're bringing in four wide receivers. Yeah.
You know, they're giving Nelson about an 8-yard cushion, 6-yard cushion. Touchdown, Metamora. John Gatton. I think Tommy could have run for it too.
Yeah, you know, that was showed a lot of poise. Tommy stepped up inside, could have ran, but found the guy open in the end zone and was able to make a good throw. Only where the offensive man could catch it.
That was nice. We picked up the blitz awfully well there. They blitzed, and he stepped up in the pocket and bought some time and made a nice throw to Nelson or Gatton.
Showed a lot of poise. Good.
No good.
No good.
Makes it 13-6. Wow. Well, I thought that was good.
Yeah, I did too. It's hard to tell from this angle, though.
Now we got to buckle down on defense.
Yeah, you got to stop him. Again, you have to know where the tailback is. You got to stop him first and hope that you can react to everything else. But your linebackers have to key him. They have to, make sure they know where he's going and whether he has the ball or not. And if he doesn't, if it's fake to him, tackle him. And then hope you get to everything else.
6:44 to go, first quarter. A lot of fireworks. 13-6 Redbirds.
On film, I didn't see where they had that many other threats except the tailback. Now, they had some kids that could carry the ball and could run, but they didn't seem to be big enough or strong enough to sustain a drive. But the tailback, we knew he was good.
Yeah. Vogel tees it up again. This will be his second kickoff here in the early going already.
Yeah, still the first quarter. About the 5. Oh boy. Nice run by the running back. Yeah, back almost to the 35, 34 yard line.
So the Redbird defense comes back onto the field. (13-6) Redbirds. Oh, nice job. It's pickup of about a yard.
They fake the jet sweep and hand off to the tailback. They're in what is called the pistol. The quarterback's about 4 yards deep, and the tailback's behind him in a normal eye position, but there's no fullback. Fullback's moved right or left behind a guard or tackle.
Yeager with he filled the hole nicely on that.
Those kids look pretty good, pretty stout, those two linebackers.
Yeah, they are, and their big thing is that they're fast.
He ran pretty hard there. That's Wilson again.
Brings up a third and about 4.
Long 3.
Big play for the Redbird defense here.
Yeah, it's hard to believe that we're making big plays in the first quarter. But it is. It is scoring right and left. Uh-oh. Well, you give him about 5 yard head start. He's hard to bring down.
He takes it out to the 49 yard line. 1st and 10 for Rock Island. Oh, that's a nice play. I can't see who that is. Who is that? Connor Burnett with a nice knifed right through there and stopped him right at the line of scrimmage.
He played it well. He really did.
2nd and 10 from the Rock Island 49 yard line. Oh, nice job. Nice job again. He gets up to about the 50.
I'm not sure he wanted to hand that ball off, but he was tackled too, so he had to do something with it. He handed off to the jet back coming across.
Brings up a 3rd and 9. Another big down.
Another big play. Midfield.
Oh, nice job. Boy, he took a wallop there.
Yeah, I think that was the touchdown play they ran earlier. They ran him off right guard, right tackle area. And yeah, they stood him up at the line of scrimmage.
Brings up a 4th and a long 8.
Yeah, I'm sure that, I would think that they would punt here. Yeah, here comes some subs.
That's a nice job by the Metamora defense.
Yep, they needed that. They needed to stop there because, they score, you score, they score, and then you score again, and you need to stop them.
So that'll send back Vogel and Poston again, I believe.
25. Uh-oh, fake.
Oh,
Good.
that's a nice job out there. Who was that? Connor Burnett again?
Right, yeah, he's coming across the field right now. Yeah, 21, Connor Burnett. Yeah, that's a big play. I don't know why you would want to do that this early in the ballgame, especially with the other team scoring as well as they do.
Oh, that's a great play by Burnett. Redbirds will take over at their own 49-yard. We just get a little better field position each time.
That's right. We never had bad field position.
So the Redbird offense comes back onto the field. And, okay, they bring in a corner or DB out here to cover the.
Double pass.
Go, John Gatton, go, baby. Oh, there's a.
Wow, what could they possibly call there? There was no contact for anybody there.
I think he called him in a block in the back.
Oh my gosh. I didn't think there was a Redbird in the vicinity. Huh.
So that's going to make it first and about 2, though, isn't it? Because they're going to move it back 15 yards.
Yeah. Now that's 10 yards in and holding.
Holding is 10, so I think it'll still be a first down.
Yeah, it will be.
I just didn't see a hold.
No, I didn't see anybody in the area. I didn't see any red jersey in the area.
There was a guy there, but I just didn't see him. It looked like he let him go.
Ooh.
That's a pretty good pop.
Yeah, it was. That Jaeger.
Yeah. Pickup of about maybe a half a yard. Is that just doing that to keep them honest, keep those backers inside?
Yeah, I guess. And I'm open everything up. But, you know, they don't get a pass rush, so you might as well just go ahead and throw the ball. Nobody's been rushed.
Oh, I think he's chin strapped.
Yeah.
2:31 to go. First quarter, Redbirds up 13-6.
Now 63, is that Birch?
Birch comes out.
He went in.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, right,
okay.
Right
okay.
tackle.
Birch goes in. That's a pickup of about
4 or 5.
Well, yeah, 4 or 5. Oh, 4. Makes it a third down and about 6.
Long, yeah, 6. Yeah. I would expect them to throw here or run some type of a fake off the counter.
They keep bringing those backers in.
Yeah.
Every time they run that, they're doing it just enough to keep them honest.
There's no under coverage on the wideouts at all.
That John Nelson. John Nelson with the catch. He went far enough to get the first down.
He knew where it was.
Came back and got it.
Yep. He knew where it was.
Brings up a first down for the Redbirds right at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, Tom's not getting any pressure at all. He's standing back there and able to throw the ball or step up in the pocket and throw the ball. I think sooner or later they got to realize you got to pressure that quarterback. That's the best pass defense. Here he is.
Oh, he's got a convoy! Touchdown, Metamora! They brought a backer, and he made him pay for it.
Yeah, Tom made a beautiful throw there. He was backpedaling, and he brought that backer, and he flipped it over his head to the man coming back on the screen. He caught the ball in the secondary, and it was gone.
A convoy out there, and they've got a player down. But that'll give the Redbirds a 19-6 lead. And do you go for 2?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you're at the point now where you missed 2 extra points, right?
No, you've just missed one. It's 13. It's 19-3 to 6, and we just haven't done anything with this one yet.
Okay. So the difference is what, 13? You go for 1.
Yeah.
Make it 14.
Well, the Redbirds are sending their offense back out there.
It's all right.
You love those points, don't you?
Yes. I've been an offensive coach my whole life. The more points you put on that board, the more better chance you have of winning. I've been impressed with Hall. He's done a nice job. He showed a lot of poise. And that time, again, he was backpedaling. He was being rushed, and he just flipped that ball perfect to the man coming under.
Which was Gatton. Gatton made a nice couple of cuts, and there was open space. There's a flag. And they're offsides. They lined up offsides. Makes it just a tad easier.
Yeah, now you go for 1. Now you run it in there. That was always the rule. Once you got the offside penalty, you're only 1.5 yards. You can't get 1.5 yards, you don't deserve it.
Tommy with a keeper.
Didn't get it.
Ooh, boy.
Did not get it. Wow. They stood him up at the line of scrimmage and he didn't get the 1.5 yards.
Hey, you got to give Rock Island some credit on that one.
Yeah.
1:18 to go in the first quarter, John. Metamora up 19-6.
A lot of points. A lot of points for not even 1 quarter. But it can change in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
You know, they could run another one back and all of a sudden they're right back in the ball game. So, you know, you gotta still play. Can't let up.
We haven't had a lot of luck this year on running the 2-point. This is, I think, that was the second one we've missed. We've missed 2 extra points, and we've missed 2 two-point conversion attempts.
Yeah, I wonder if Pat's got a 2-point play. I always had in practice a 2-point play that was automatic. That if we needed it or we needed sometime in a ball game and needed a trick play, we had our 2-point extra point play. It was always a waggle throwback.
And that's tough to defend down there.
Yeah, it is.
We'll tease it up. And he sends that down to about the
inside.
Oh, that's into the end zone.
They can't go. You know, that's a rule I would like to see change. That's an exciting play when a kid runs it out of the end zone. Now they can't. And I suppose there's a safety reason there, too.
Yeah. When I was a freshman. Oh, I'm sorry. When I was a sophomore, or excuse me, a freshman, got to dress a sophomore game, and the sophomores here at Metamora had a running back named Kyle Tagg. Remember him?
Yeah.
And he caught the ball in the end zone, ran back and forth about 4 or 5 times, found an opening, and went 100 yards for a touchdown.
On an interception?
No, it was a kickoff, because back then you could return him. You could bring him out.
Oh, I didn't know that, huh? I had a kid run back an interception, 106 yards.
See, today those were all dead balls.
Yeah. No, you can run out of the end zone on an interception.
Can you?
Yep.
Pickup of about 2 for Wilson.
His former coach was on the other team's sideline, and as he went by, he waved. Talked to him.
That's a Jeff McKinney move.
Yeah, you're right. Same type of kid.
brings up a second and a long 8 for Rock Island.
Now that's not the same quarterback, is it?
That's
number 1.
Is that Vogel out there in defense? Number 2. Oh, that's Jack Moore.
I'm talking about the quarterback.
I was just saying the defensive back.
Yeah, the quarterback is number 1 now. I didn't think that was number 1.
He's only a sophomore. Huh. Devon Swift.
He didn't start the game, did he?
I don't
think he did.
Brings up a third and
He's bigger. He's bigger than the other quarterback.
And that'll be a first down.
That other quarterback might have seen his last days at quarterback. This kid looks like a pretty good athlete. He's able to scramble around there and still make a pretty good throw.
28 seconds to go, first quarter. $17 seconds. All right, team up pretty good. Still a pickup of about 5. That'll do it for the first quarter. Take this time to thank our sponsors: City Blue Technologies, Commerce Bank, Daisy Mays Gambling Cafe, Germantown Grill, Hanover's Pub, Logo Wear, Mason Funeral Homes, Metamora Fields, Metamora McDonald's, Metamora IGA, Michael's Italian Feast, and Sunbelt Rentals, and Snyder Village. It'll be a 2nd and 5 for the Rocks when we come back to start this second quarter.
This quarterback looks like he's giving a little bit of life to him.
Yeah, a little bit, maybe.
He run around there. He looks like he's capable of running with the ball, too, as well as throwing it.
He's only a sophomore.
Good size. What's they list him at?
6 foot 170.
Okay. He looks bigger than that to me in pads. That kid that got hurt wasn't the other quarterback, was it?
I don't think so. He was on defense. Ooh, that's a big miscue by the Rocks.
Oh, man, that hurts. It really does. You got good field position, or at least decent field position, and you get a snap like that.
Right, our camera guy pointed it out right before during the quarter break that he snaps it awfully strange, and that it was just a matter of time. Brings up a 3rd down in about 20.
Oh, too many men on the field.
No, they didn't call it. Oh, that's broken up by Vogel, I think. Ryan Vogel with the breakup.
Nice job.
Brings up a 4th and about 20.
Yeah, because if he didn't, that guy was there. The offensive man was there.
And it looks like they're sending on their punt unit.
Yeah, I hope so. I don't think they'll fake this one.
And there comes our punt return unit. But you're right, we had 12 men on the field, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
In high school, do they let you get by with that if you're real close to the sideline?
It depends on who the official is.
True.
Some of them are real particular, others get off the field.
Now, I saw this guy in the first before the game. He looked like he could punt the ball pretty well. Good snap.
Not bad.
Vogel fair catches it at about the 39-yard line. I don't mind that. I don't mind fair catching. Just catch it.
I love it. Yeah, you have to, because if you don't, it rolls another 10 yards. You know, you want somebody back there that, I don't care. I used to tell them, you fair catch every one, I'll letter you, because that's important.
Once again, we'd like to recognize and congratulate tonight's honorary captain.
Yeah, it was number 8 that went off the field with the
injury,
leg cramp, maybe.
Okay.
Well,
I thought number 8 was their quarterback.
That was number 1.
Not now.
Oh.
What,
well, you know what? You might have been right. He might have been playing defense. You're right.
Yeah.
Tommy keeps it. That's a nice read there. And I like that toughness.
Yeah, but how many times you want him to carry the ball?
That's true. That's true. That was a good read, though.
Yeah, it was. Oh, yeah, it was a good play. It's just the fact that how many times can he carry the ball without taking it?
You're right. You're right. 19-6 as we get this second quarter started. 19-6 Redbirds.
Yeah, that's impressive. Field position, hasn't it? It's been all field position?
It's been all field. This is the worst field position we've had. Well, no, 35 was the opening drive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good position, 35.
2nd and 2 for the Redbirds. Oh, that's a nice. Oh,
They get a flag over there?
No, that was them. That was them waving something.
Oh,
I don't see a flag.
Okay, I thought I saw an arm.
So did I. And Gatton picked up about 15 yards on a great block by John Nelson.
And he set that block up. He was inside and then got outside to set the block up, and that's important. Good running backs will set those blocks up, make it a lot easier to get the block. Good ball carriers. I guess he's not a running back. He's a wide receiver.
They have a pretty good idea where they're heading, though, don't they?
Yeah. I don't know what happened there. Did he not throw it, or?
It was a handoff up the middle.
Okay.
And he got back to the line of scrimmage, brings up a 2nd and 10 for the Redbirds. And that's okay, because you want to keep them honest.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And you have to run the ball up inside there a little bit, just for that very sake. And that also gives you better pass protection, too, because it slows down the rush.
This would be the Redbirds' 4th possession of the game so far.
Wow. And they have 3 scores?
Yeah. All right, I believe we were...
bad timing all the way around.
Yeah. So I move it back to the Rock Island 45-yard line. 2nd and 15 for the Redbirds. Is that to Nelson? Yeah.
That's good timing. You know, by the time he pulled up, the ball was there.
That's a good play.
Yeah,
I picked up about 7.
As good as a run. And if you slip a tackle on something like that, you're gone.
Yeah. Brings up a 3rd and about 7.
Right.
All right, they picked up close to 8 yards on that play.
And if you want to push it, you're in 4-down territory. You know, it wouldn't be bad to make 2 runs here or 2 passes here.
He didn't get it, but he's close enough to go for it on 4th.
I would think so, yeah.
I liked that. He rode him, and then gave him the ball when he was able to find a little crease.
Right, made a good read.
Brings up a 4th and about 2 for the Redbirds. 8:12 to go here in the 2nd quarter. Redbirds up 19-6.
It's just going to be a quarterback keeper. He likes to do that on short yardage. Fake that fullback and have the quarterback keep it, or fake the running back.
Do you do the same thing again?
I don't know. I think I'd fake that counter and have the quarterback keep it. That's belly.
Oh, that's
belly or veer, yeah.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah, I didn't see a guard, so it must have been veer. They're just reading that end. That end gets upfield, they give them the ball. The end doesn't get upfield, they pull the ball and keep it.
We've had 2 penalties, one for 15 yards and one for 5, and it really didn't slow us down.
No, the holding penalty down here. Was that was 10
that was
yards.
three penalties.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that was still a 1st down.
Yeah.
Redbirds have it 1st and 10 from the Rock Island 26-yard line. Oh, they're starting to find a few seams.
That's a counter play. They pull the guard and tackle, block down, kick the end out.
Logan
McClure up inside, yeah.
Yep, Logan McClure with the big run brings up 2nd and about 4.
They're the type of backs that could run this particular offense real well. They hit it up in there. They're strong enough to pick up a yard or 2 on their own. And if they break a tackle, could go all the way to the house.
They don't dance, do they? 2nd and about 4 for the Redbirds. Oh, that's just nice, hard-nosed running there.
You know, that might have been the midline play because he looked like he backed out of there a little bit, and the guy hit it right up the middle. So that if that defensive tackle doesn't come down, it's a give.
First down, Redbirds just outside the 10-yard line. 6:30 to go here in the second quarter. Redbirds up 19-6.
Yeah, whatever he got on his own.
Yeah, that was Yeager.
They were outside waiting on him.
Pickup of about long 3.
Yeah, 2nd and 7, yeah.
We can still get a first down inside the 10 at about the 3-yard line.
Right. And that's important because that's another 4 downs.
5:45 to go, first half. 2nd and 6 for the Redbirds. Tommy with a keeper, and he'll get down right up. That might be a first down. That's a first down.
Yeah, they're stopping the clock. It is.
First and goal, Redbirds at about the 1-yard line. Yeah, maybe the 2.
No, he's a big, strong kid. They list him at about 220 or something like that.
Tommy?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, he's 6'8", though.
Yeah.
A lot of area there for that 210 to spread out.
He's just going to run this one in.
Touchdown, Metamora. That was a dissection there. They moved the ball right down the field with almost ease.
Right. They were stopped a couple times and still got the first down, and it went on. You know, they did about anything they wanted to.
And that'll bring on the field goal unit, Ryan Vogel. Makes it 25-6. He missed it wide.
Huh. Wow. It's a good thing they don't have to have them tonight, isn't it?
25-6 Redbirds. I guess that's the only thing right now we can talk about in a negative
it's gone
way.
Wrong. Yeah. No, everything else, you know, the running game's been there, the passing game's been there. He's been on target when he's threw the ball. I don't know if there's too many. Did he miss? I don't know if he had any completions or not.
Have we had any?
I don't know.
Let's not talk about that.
Accurate.
Now, let me ask you this. If you're Rock Island, do you have trouble keeping those kids? They got beat last week pretty soundly.
Yeah, it depends on the type of kids you have, too. If they haven't had success in the past couple of years, yeah.
They were 4-5 last year.
Yeah, well, it depends on who's back and who's not. You know?
Yeah.
But, yeah, it could be. Yeah. They got Central next week, so it's not going to get any easier for them.
5:02 to go, first half. Redbirds up 25-6. He's out of bounds at about the 19-yard line.
Yeah, he called it. About the 16?
Oh, it is the 16. He is calling it the 16-yard line.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was such a kick that you can't let it go because it may not go out of bounds, so you got to catch it.
I smell a turnover coming.
I hope. That would be nice. Think about it, you can't let down, though. You know, a touchdown or so in the second half, they were whoop. Wow.
Oh, and he's going to go down, I believe.
Boy, that's a tough way to start a series. That's number 1.
That's Ryan Bagol, I believe, that got him. Brings up a second and about 17.
I can hear the parents in the stands now. How come he's not under center?
Wilson again on the carry. Picks up maybe 2 yards and brings up a 3rd and about 14.
Yeah, I don't know what you're going to do here. Maybe if you got a screen or something like that, but they're expecting a pass. A run probably is not going to get you 13 yards.
Oh, that's a is that a safety? Who was that? I can't see who that's Bagol and Joe Birch.
Boy, they were in there, weren't they? They were waiting on him. And one kid had a halfway decent block, but he didn't. He kind of shed the block and got the tackle.
That's pretty good defense there.
That's awfully good defense.
Birch, maybe one of the most underrated players in the Mid-Illini.
Really?
Yeah.
I know they were high on him when I talked to the coaches today.
So they'll have to punt it out of the. Yeah, they're going to give him the ball. I mean, the back of the ball is almost touching the goal line. So they'll have to punt the ball out of the shadows of their own goalpost. I mean, underneath their own goalpost.
Yeah.
And
it's only 10 yards there too. You know, you can't get back here your normal 13 yards.
And Rock Island will take a timeout. I think they thought they had too many men on the field. So Metamora should get real good field position. 3:18 to go here in this first half. Redbirds up 25-6.
It'd be a good touchdown here if they could get another one before half, because you know they come out second half. Things can change in a hurry.
Things can change, and they get the ball to start the second half.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you this: did you always want the ball when you started a game?
No.
Kickoff?
Always. Anybody that knew that they're going to play one of my teams, if they want the ball at the start of the game, they got it, because I'm going to elect to defer and take the ball in the second half. Because I think if you're ahead, it's a chance to separate you, get more points. If you're behind, it's a chance to catch up.
Yeah.
So I always want to do that, and coaches knew that, and I didn't make any bones about it. If they want the ball, they're going to have it. If they're going to win the toss, they're going to get it. If they lose the toss, they're going to get it.
I was a freshman. Dave Ganaway, Dave Hirsch were my coaches. I was a starting running back. They sent me out for the coin flip, myself and Joe Dury. I'd never been on a coin flip in my life. And I always liked defense because I got to play defense too. So we won the coin flip, and I didn't know what to do. I'd never heard this defer thing.
Yeah.
So I elected to kick off because we had a good kicker in Sam Diddle.
There you go, yeah. Yeah, I had a varsity quarterback who says, we'll kick off, because we always did. I said, you know what, we have to kick off second half now too. Oh boy.
Well, that's going to take a nice Metamora roll and roll
20-yard line.
At the 20-yard line. But I remember I came into the halftime locker room just before the game, and one of the coaches came up and said, well, what did we do? And I go, we won the toss. So we're kicking off, or we're receiving, right? And I said, no. And he goes, did you defer? And I go, what is this defer thing? and he said, well, they kind of explained it. I thought, that'd have been nice to know before the kick, or before the coin flip.
Yeah.
And so I told them what I did. We won the toss, and I elected to kick. And they made me do up downs before the game.
I had a varsity quarterback do that. We had to kick both halves. Fortunately, we were way up, so it didn't make any difference.
Redbirds will get the ball on their own, or the Rock Island 20-yard line. Great field position. Touchdown.
Wow. Nice throw.
Who I couldn't see who caught that. Jack Moore?
Yep.
That's a heck of a throw by Tommy Hall.
It was nice. He just stepped up there and threw that ball so nice. He's getting no pressure whatsoever. They're not rushing him. They're not forcing him to throw off the back foot or anything else.
It makes it 31-6.
There you go.
And that one's good. Makes it 32-6. 3 minutes to go. Well, it's been all Metamora, hadn't it?
Well, I guess, yeah. Except for one long run. That's all they've had.
32-6.
Be interesting to see how many first downs they've got. Their offense has been nothing. You know, the number one came in and made a completion down here, scrambled around, made a completion, they got a first down, but they have been much more than that. That quarterback must be hurt because hadn't been back in there at all.
No. You know, and it's just so ironic that our camera guy, right before the beginning of the second quarter, mentioned about how their center snapped it. You know, it was weird how he snapped it, and since then he's had 2 bad snaps and put them in bad field position.
There's a lot of, they've gone to that type of snap. A lot of schools have, and I don't understand why they do it, but they kind of spin it end over end.
Usually they'll hold it at the top and flip it back, but this guy holds it at the bottom.
They kick it and it goes end over end, yeah.
Yeah, it's just... At about the
2-3, yeah.
Pretty good field coverage on that kickoff, down to about the 24, not quite the 25.
Yeah, I think if you set your goal to be 20 or in, that's pretty close. You make a team start from down there, and they've got a long way to go.
2:58 to go here in this first half. 32-6 Redbirds.
They've shown on film a pump and go, too, where that wide out will kind of start in like he's going to run the screen, and they'll run the inside guy right straight down the field.
Pretty good run there.
The rest of their backs aren't really big enough to break too many tackles, but they're quick enough to get to the hole.
Yeah. Pickup of about 6. 2:40 to go.
Ooh.
Oh. Birch.
Yeah, wrap up.
That's still going to be a Yeager and Burnett kind of cleaned up.
You stop him here, he's still got time to score, especially the way we can throw the ball.
And all our timeouts.
Yep.
No, they stopped him in the middle of the line. That'll bring up a 4th down.
Yep.
I thought the first guy had the ball over there.
No, I saw where it was. I didn't see where it wasn't going to go anywhere, though.
And Metamora takes a timeout?
Definitely stop that clock.
1:55 to go here in the first half. And so what do you talk about at halftime?
No, you just talk about your 2-minute offense or what you want to run. You know, you want to catch the ball, get out of bounds. You want to catch the ball, spike it. What do you want to do for the next play? You know, do you have 2 plays in a row you want to run? Depending on what your pass offense is, you know, I would be talking about catching the ball and getting out of bounds, or if it's in the middle of the field, catching the ball and spiking it to stop the clock. Because I wouldn't use the timeouts until I had to.
We used 1 there, so we get 2 left.
Right. Let's check the scoreboard. 2 for each team.
Odd formation here. Well, it's just now 4th down.
It must be.
And now they take a timeout.
Yeah. No, I was talking about if we had the ball and call timeout. I'm screwed up here.
Yeah.
They've got the ball. They were trying to get us offside there by making a long count, I think. Yeah, I'm a little bit ahead of the game.
Yeah, I was too. So used to us having the ball.
Yeah, and the clock will stop when it changes hands. So you don't need a timeout now. I got excited in the ball game. When to call a timeout, and the official looked at me and says, "Coach, you know that the clock stops when it changes hands." I said, "You're right. Forget the timeout."
I mean, you get caught up in a game, though. That's easy to forget some of those things.
Yeah.
But it'd be nice for them to kick it to us and have some sort of a return. That's about the only thing we haven't done yet.
That's right. Yeah.
But just catch the ball and hang on.
Don't give it up. The least you want to come out is a field goal is the very least.
Oh, they jumped. They jumped.
You know, it's a good idea to have two back for the punt return, because if you get one back there and they kick it to either side, it takes a long time to get to it. The ball rolls, whatever. You get two back there, and one can actually see that the other catches, get up and block for him, you know, and give him time, or you can cross.
And I always get nervous when the guy has to run to catch it because his eyes are bouncing around.
Yeah.
Or if you have two, like you say, then you don't have to do that so much. Oh. So Metamora will get the ball on about the 41 or 42 yard line. Boy, that was just about blocked. That was Connor Burnett, it looked like, that came through there.
Yeah, looked like might hit one of their guys in the back or something. Helmet.
So Metamora will have the ball with 1:46 to go, 106 seconds.
My job in high school on punt returns was to catch the ball. And then we had a running back about 6'5", could really run, and we would cross, I'd hand it to him because he couldn't catch it. So no matter where it was on the field, I had to go catch it, and I couldn't run, so I had him, he could run.
So Metamora will set up shop once again at their own 42-yard line. And there's plenty of room out there.
Get out of bounds, get out of bounds, get out of bounds, get out of bounds.
And he did.
Yep.
And that's a pickup of about 7 yards.
Yeah, six maybe.
Yeah, you're right.
Official on the far side there.
Yeah, I'd say 6. That's a nice first down play.
Definitely, yeah. Stay on that sideline going down and get out of bounds. Look how much room they give you up on top on the sideline. He's got a good arm. He can throw that out up on top.
Is he changing the play?
I think he got a change from the sideline.
Pickup of maybe 1.
What do you got, 132?
There's plenty of time. They've already got a play in there now. Bring in Bartman. Plenty of time, 1:20 to go, first half. Oh, that's almost unstoppable.
Yeah, you're right, because by the time you come up, you run a go, and you go right by him. Yeah.
You're right. Tommy can just sit back there and
got all day to throw it.
$1:11 to go.
There's a lot of room in the middle of that field, boy. It is, wow.
Well, they probably know we're going to try and attack the hashes to the sidelines.
Yeah, but they've been beating the middle all the whole ball game.
And I think Bagol would be wide open if he just arc released.
Get out of bounds, get out of bounds, get out of bounds, get out of bounds. Oh.
And he got out of bounds.
Good.
Nice spin move by the big 6'8" quarterback. He had John Nelson breaking free wide open down the middle of the field. Yeah. Oh, not quite a first down, so it's 2nd and 1. 1:02 to go, first half.
Uh-oh.
Touchdown, John Nelson.
Wow.
What a heck of a throw.
Yeah, it was. These guys
what
are
a
real
catch.
happy over here. No, he went up and took it away from the guy. What's the running clock?
40.
What is it now?
It's 30. Well, and he's back on track. Makes it 39-6 Redbirds.
One more score.
One more score and an extra point, and we're getting hot wings a little early.
It's been the Tommy Hall Show.
It has been, and it's been the offensive show because that offensive line has given him all kinds of time.
yeah.
The backs have stepped up and taken on the blitzes, and the receivers have done an outstanding job of going and getting those passes.
Yeah, going to it, not let it come to them. So yeah, you're right, and they're open, so the patterns are evidently well run or well conceived, and Tommy's finding the right guy to throw to.
Their coach talked in the paper today about growing up and graduating from Richwoods High School and coming over and watching Joe Stam and Rick Alvis play.
He coached at Woodruff too for a while.
That's right, with Thornton. I think we got it. Metamora got the ball back. With 48 seconds to go, we got the ball back. Metamora got it.
42.
For Metamora, 42. Austin Zoller. Starting safety. So the Redbirds will take over. John, this is where it could get ugly.
Yeah, in a hurry. Yeah, it's pretty discouraging to start that clock at the start of the half. You can't start it in the first half.
We hadn't had a turnover yet tonight, and that was it. Nobody in the backfield with Tommy. Boy, he just about broke it again. A little bit of a jet sweep there.
I don't think anybody wanted to tackle him.
Was that Yeager? Oh, that was Zach Poston.
Oh, huh. 25.
Yeah, he's a sophomore, speedy sophomore. Is that Nelson? John Nelson with a nice catch down to about the 5-yard line. Metamora will take a timeout with 17 seconds to go.
He almost broke that for a touchdown. He would come back inside, broke a tackle.
You block that well, you make all those nice blocks. It's nice to see them rewarding him, getting through a few passes.
It's kind of spread out his passing, hasn't it? A lot of different guys catching the ball.
Gatton, Bartman, Nelson, Vogel with a nice catch.
A lot of seniors out there, aren't there?
But the sophomores have contributed a lot too tonight. Bagol and now Poston with a nice run.
Yeah. Timeout.
And he's going to get a first down.
Timeout. Field goal.
So that'll be a first down, and they get the play in right away. And with 11 seconds to go. Kind of a dangerous pass there, but might be the only one of them.
Got time to throw another one, though.
Yeah.
A field goal.
A field goal. I like that.
Yeah. Good time to work on it.
39-6 Redbirds, 2.3, almost like an extra point. Just a little bit longer.
He doesn't need a whole lot. I mean, he can hit it from pretty far out. So he's close enough to.
Missed it.
Yeah, he got it.
Oh, he got it.
Yeah,
he got
it. Barely.
Makes it 42-6 Redbirds. As they head into the halftime locker room, why don't we take this time and thank our sponsors. City Blue Technology, Commerce Bank, Daisy Mays, Gambling Cafe, Germantown Grill, Hanover's Pub, Logo Wear, Mason Funeral Homes, Metamora Fields Golf Club, Metamora McDonald's, Metamora IGA, Michael's Italian Feast, Sunbelt Rental, and Snyder Village. We'll be back in just a few minutes with the first half stats in the second half.
Okay, it's time for the first half stats. First for Rock Island, rushing, Devon Wilson had 13 carries for 95 yards and 1 touchdown. Victor Guzman had 1 carry for 1 yard. Vershawn Jones had 1 carry for 1 yard. That was a fumble recovery. And Devin Swift, the sophomore quarterback, had 3 carries for a minus 16 yards. Rock Island had 18 carries for 81 yards and 1 touchdown for an average of 4.5 yards per carry. Passing, Devin Swift was 1 for 3 for 12 yards, and that pass was to Victor Guzman. Rock Island had a total first half yards rushing and passing of 93 yards. They had 2 first downs rushing, 1 passing. Their first half time of possession was 9 minutes and 14 seconds. Now for Metamora. Thomas Hall had 6 carries for 30 yards and 2 touchdowns. Logan McClure had 6 carries for 19 yards. Austin Yeager had 6 carries for 18 yards. John Gatton had 1 carry for 15 yards, and Zach Poston had 2 carries for 18 yards. Metamora had a total of 21 carries for 100 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns, or an average of 4.8 yards per carry. Passing, Thomas Hall had an excellent first half of 14 completions out of 16 attempts for 253 yards and 4 touchdowns. On the receiving end, John Gatton had 3 receptions for 46 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jack Moore had 3 receptions for 68 yards and 1 touchdown. Kyle Bartman had 3 receptions for 44 yards. Ryan Vogel had 1 reception for 41 yards. And John Nelson had 4 receptions for 54 yards and 1 touchdown. Metamora had a total of 353 yards total offense in the first half. Metamora had 6 first downs rushing, 10 passing, and first half time of possession of 14 minutes and 46 seconds. Your first half score, Metamora 42, Rock Island 6.
Welcome back to Malone Field. Coach, Metamora went into that halftime locker room, that 42-6 lead. What do you tell a team that is expecting a big game? They're expecting to come out and be tested, and then they go out 42-6.
Well, I think the important thing is that you play the first series of downs like it's 0-0.
Yeah.
You can't come in and just give them the ball, turn the ball over, whatever. You got to play hard that first series, and that'll put the game away if you do that. And just continue to play the way you have been. Continue to block the way that you have been for the quarterback, and tell Tommy's done a good job. Don't take any chances. You know, do what's been good to you.
After the second half kickoff, we'll have a chance to talk to the honorary captains tonight, Mike Reddington and Russ Klein. They played for you back in 1980, 1979, and 80.
Yeah, they were with Pat Ryan.
Yeah.
He was their quarterback. But they were awesome. Reddington was the right guard, and Klein was the right tackle, and they both had chances to go on to college, and Reddington took the chance, went on, and Russ decided he wanted to farm and went to the farm. But ISU was in my living room one evening for about 3 hours trying to talk Russ Klein into playing at ISU. Here he comes. Come on. There he goes.
Colton, go ahead and give him the headset.
He is now.
So Rock Island will get the ball to start the second half. Kick off the run play, and then we'll bring you right.
Go ahead and put it on.
Vogel gets ready to tee it up. And I think you're right. Metamora is going to have to come out and play like it's nothing to nothing. Get a stop, get a touchdown.
Don't let them get back in the ball game.
Don't give them any confidence. Their coach kept them off the field for quite a while at halftime. They didn't come back on until well after Metamora was on the field.
Out of bounds.
That ball, yeah, it'll go out of bounds, and they'll get the ball on the 35-yard line. So the Redbird defense will come onto the field. And we'll, we have a little bit of a delay here. Why don't we go ahead and bring on Mike Reddington and Russ Klein.
Is Reddington, Mike, are you with us? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Okay, good. This bring back some memories?
Oh, yeah, it's been a long time waiting to get back over here, but
well, we're sure happy to have you over here. I'll tell you, you guys were part of a great ball club. We're 9-0, and at one point in time, we're #1 in the state for 9 weeks. I got Russ up here. Russ, what memories were you experienced coming back?
Well, I played on the alumni team last couple of years, and we did play on this field, but to have Mike here and be out there with Pat, it's the first time in 38 years we've all been in the same field, so pretty big deal.
Yeah, it is. Is Mike going to stay the night?
It's the first time I've heard my name over the intercom system for 38 years.
Mike, you did some coaching, didn't you, when you left here?
Yeah, I did. I coached over in the Bush to Prairie City area for about 15 years.
And you had a kid to play?
Yeah, I had a boy that graduated in 2007.
Did he go on, or was that the end of it?
No, he ended up playing at Monmouth.
Well, good. So you spent some time up in Monmouth, huh?
Yes, I did. Yeah, and it wasn't too far, about 30 minutes from where we live, and it was nice and convenient to be able to go over there and watch ball games. I was still coaching down in Bushton when Kurt was playing. So,
what's the song you don't want to hear tonight?
Sacked by the Redbirds.
I made a comment to my wife. They played a song called Another One Bites the Dust when I was a senior in high school before we come out and play Morris. And I said if I heard that song again, I was going to pack up and go home.
We heard it a few times, didn't we?
Oh, man, I tell you what. That song plays in my mind all the time. I've been away from it for 38 years.
Well, here, I'd forgotten it. Now I got to remember it again.
I know. I'm sorry I brought it up. I should have kept my mouth shut.
It's all right. Russ, family?
Just married, no children.
How long?
27 years.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
You're farming?
Still farming.
Okay. Your dad's farm?
Yeah, mother's still alive, and
good.
Some other ground, and yeah, it's what I enjoy doing, and
good. You know, too many times we get kids to do what we want them to do, and they don't do what they want to do, and I think that's important that you do what you want to do when you graduate from high school.
Yeah. Playing college ball, I may should have gave it a try, but.
Did I tell you when this is over with, there's a 5th quarter alumni game?
That's fine.
You got Reddington to help you.
We were going to run the 40-yard dash. Russ was going to run 10. I was going to run 10. I was going to let my boy run the next 20.
There you go. Could your boy run?
Well, he could. I don't know right now.
When he played.
He played middle linebacker.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then senior, he ended up playing fullback.
Okay. Did you play much defense?
Did he or did I?
Did you? Yeah.
Yeah, I played high school or.
Yeah, high school.
Yeah, I started as a tackle.
Yeah, I'd forgotten just how much you did play.
Yeah. Yeah.
Didn't come off the field, huh?
No. Matter of fact, I went to Coach Helmick up there and asked him my senior year if I could be off the kickoff, return and kickoff team, so I get a little blow in. But no,
that's unusual.
Yeah. I don't know. I probably should have done that, but
no, that's good. Shows you want to play.
Yeah. We had some good memories out here. Matter of fact, our junior year was the first year that we played on this field. Russ and I helped put the sod down on the field. So
that's correct.
Yeah.
We played 2 years on the old field that was running east and west up there behind high school.
Right. We put down here one Saturday morning, and it took us. We had so much help, it took us till about 11 o'clock, and we were done.
Yeah, it's amazing how fast you can lay sod with that many people.
Yeah, just get the green side up, right?
Yeah,
It's not too hard.
I think Russ and I could even handle that.
Yeah. Well, you guys were dumb. You're smart football players.
Yeah. well, of course, we'd make a mistake once in a while. Coach Ganaway had to let us know about that.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Now, was Coach Ganaway with the varsity your senior year?
Yeah, he was.
Yes.
Yeah. And
Okay.
I wrestled for Coach Ganaway, and I was telling my son that, him and I used to wrestle a lot in practice. And
Okay.
I said that most of the time I'd get the better half of him. I was quite a bit bigger than he was, but I said, if I ever made him mad, he could whoop me. And I can remember several instances where he put me in my place.
Yeah. Well, he had to talk you into wrestling, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. I played basketball my first year, and
Wow, he took up some space.
yeah. We were down here arguing, Russ and I was, because he played for St. Mary's in junior high, and I played for Metamora, and he was claiming that he scored 20 points his 8th grade year, and I said I must have had the day off or something.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I must have missed that game or something. I don't remember.
You didn't play high school ball, did you, Russ? Basketball?
Yeah, I played basketball all 4 years.
Really?
I attempted to anyway.
Yeah, I didn't remember that. Huh.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
We didn't have a bunch of tall guys back then. We were about the tallest guys around.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were.
So did you start, Russ?
I think as a senior, I was the starting center in most games.
Really? Who was your coach?
Tom Gilhouse.
Okay.
Yeah, Coach Gilhouse.
He's still around.
Yes, he is. I see him once in a while.
He lives down in Mackinac.
Yes. Yeah.
Got some cramping going on here.
Ryan Vogeldown, looks like a cramp.
Yeah.
I wonder what happened to their quarterback. He went down early and never did come back.
He had leg cramps, and he didn't make it to the sideline. They carried him off.
Really? I wonder.
Well, I know it's
Has he
pretty.
been back in? I haven't
No.
noticed. Okay.
It's pretty humid down here on the field.
Yeah.
I know. It's,
Do you get back many ball games? I mean, I know you get back, but do you come to many ball games?
I haven't. Unfortunately, I was coaching and I was chasing my kids around. My daughter went to Northern, and we were either going to Northern or over to Monmouth to watch games. So.
Well, tell us what your kids are doing.
My kids, my oldest is a doctor in Metamora Hospital, and my boy's a foreman on a railroad. And my youngest is graduating this fall, and she's going to be a RN nurse, hoping to get her anesthesiologist.
Ooh, that's good, yeah.
So,
Where do they go to be a nurse up in your area?
well, she's down at Quincy right now.
Okay.
Right now, so I don't know. My mother or my wife's family's from Chicago.
Okay.
I'm sure she loves it up there. I'm sure she'll probably end up in Chicago.
What's your daughter a doctor of?
She's a doctor of physical therapy.
Okay.
Yep. She's about 3 years now down at Memorial.
Intelligent like her mom, huh?
Yeah. She didn't get none of that stuff from me, I can tell you that. I looked for the smart ones when I was up at DeKalb.
Yeah. So you met her at DeKalb?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Yeah, I remember when you went up there. Was Mallory the coach then?
Coach Mallory, yes.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah, I learned a lot playing for him.
His dad, I think, was the coach at Indiana, wasn't he?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah.
And then Bill ended up going to Indiana and putting in about 13 years in out there.
Really?
And
Okay.
and being I think he's one of the winningest coaches at Indiana.
Okay.
He just passed here about a month ago.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Were there any other kids from this area up there Northern with you?
Not from directly around here. I played with a lot of guys from the Chicago area, the Sal, St. Rita, Oregon Tech. It's kind of funny that all the different high schools I played with guys from. If you tell them Metamora High School, you played for Metamora High School, you didn't have to tell them where it was at.
Really?
All right. Everybody always knew.
Russ, did you consider going to college?
Yes, I did. I was an immature 17-year-old at the time. Probably made an immature 17-year-old decision. But
no, I don't believe that.
my dad my dad was 64 years old at the time and needed help on the farm.
Sure.
And
that was a good decision because that's something that you knew you were going to do eventually anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've enjoyed it all these years.
I remember Coach Kahari, who was recruiting for ISU about that time, was in my living room. He said, "Oh, you got to talk to Russ Klein and get him to come over here. We need him." I said, "Well, you got to talk to Russ about that."
I went down there for an official visit and met a lot of the players and really would have enjoyed it, I think. Yeah.
Now, had you met your wife yet?
No, I didn't meet her until 1989.
Okay. Okay, she's a Peoria Bergen, isn't it?
She's a Bergen graduate, yes.
Yeah. I think I met her at the alumni game.
And a Eureka College graduate.
Okay. Does she teach?
She's yes, teaches at District 150.
Where?
Jameson.
Okay.
She's an assistant.
Okay.
She works with special needs kids.
Oh man, I tell you what, I got a lot of respect for those people. I was a principal in a school that has special needs. They got the patience, boy. They're wonderful with kids.
It takes a lot out of her some days.
I'll bet.
But she's good with them.
You got any questions, these two guys?
No, I'm just listening to you guys. Listen to you.
We're ramble on.
Well, Mike and I both feel this is a great honor.
Oh, good. Good.
I couldn't believe it when I got the phone call, and I still don't. But
oh, hey, we're glad to have you. My gosh, we need to get some more guys back. I think you say Bartell's coming back later.
Scott Bartell. We've got honorary captains for every home game this year.
He tried to get Larry to come back Summers, but he couldn't make it back.
I'll be darned.
So. There's a lot of good football players that come out of this program in the last 40 years.
There really has been some football players from out here.
Yeah.
And there was someone you were around too. Yeah. Did you guys play with McKinney?
Yeah, he was a year behind us.
He was kind of ornery, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was tough.
Yeah. He was.
Him and Tim Viggers.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, they just when they hit you, you knew it.
Huh. Now Selberg, Selberg was hurt a lot, wasn't he? Jeff was hurt a lot.
He would have been 2 years ahead of us.
He was older.
Okay. And Bartell was a year behind you?
No, he was older than us.
Oh, yeah, he was older. That's right, because he was a sophomore at the state championship team. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Did he quarterback the 75 team?
No, Garber.
Okay.
Scott was the backup.
Okay. I couldn't remember.
Yeah, he came in and faked the extra point on East St. Louis and threw it for two that we won, 14-12.
Down there.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Awesome. Are you heading back tonight?
Yes, I am. Yeah, okay. I got obligations tomorrow to get done, and it's about a 2-hour drive.
Now, what are you farming?
I farm on the actually on the east side or west side of Avon.
Okay.
And then I also work for a milling company. I've been at a milling company in Bushnell for 31 years.
Okay. Are you a grain farmer or?
Yeah, a grain farmer. Yeah. I don't have any livestock anymore.
Okay. And what about you?
Just strictly corn and soybeans, and put up a little hay for the horses. And
how many acres?
I'm up to nearly 800 right now, but it's enough for one guy.
Yeah.
Might be a little too much. But,
your brother still around?
Yeah, my younger brother helps me in the fall with harvest. And
how about your older brother?
Yeah, he lives north of Morton. He's not involved with the farming.
Okay.
But yeah.
I think when I got on you a couple of times, he's going to come out of the stands and get me.
Well, he was a small student in high school and never got to play football.
Oh.
And I don't think he missed one of my games my senior year. And
yeah.
I could hear him yelling from the sidelines.
Yeah. That's all right. That's get your family together that way.
Yes.
Now, did your folks enjoy football?
My father did. He enjoyed basketball more, I think. He would come to the games, and of course all my older sisters were in band and that kind of thing.
Okay.
So
were you the only boy? No, you had two brothers. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. My younger brother was 4 years younger, and he never played any sports.
Okay.
He didn't play sports at all.
Leon.
Yeah.
But
now, Mike, did your dad? He was big enough to play.
Yeah, he played for Corpus Christi in Galesburg, Illinois.
Yeah, he's a big fellow.
Yeah, he was a big guy.
Yeah.
That's back when men were men back then.
Yeah. You heard that a few times, didn't you?
I'm sorry?
You heard that a few times,
Oh,
didn't you?
oh yeah. I've probably used it a few times on my
There
kids.
you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
I wasn't the easiest probably in raising children, but
That's all right. They probably turned out good.
well, I hope to think so.
Yeah, I do. Well, you want to wrap it up, Scott?
Sure. I'm glad you guys were able to make it back. It was awesome to see you guys back out on the football field again, side by side.
Yeah.
They blocked out the sun.
Oh, no. I've sure had a good time, and I appreciate it very much.
I did too. Thank you.
Well, have a safe trip back. You're just here in town. You don't have anywhere to go.
Thank you very much.
Hey, no problem. And, Metamora's win a bit. Rock Island did score. It's 42-14, so you guys will probably have to come back again next week.
Hey, I want to get this in. Once a bird, always a bird.
There you go. There you go.
All right, thank you.
See you later now. Thank you, guys.
So with 6:58 to go here in this third quarter, Rock Island does put a score back up on the board, makes it 42-14. Metamora's having some cramp problems down there on the sideline. Ryan Vogel, and I can't see who the other guy on the sideline is that's injured.
Vinny?
Connor Burnett. I think he's okay.
Ooh, get on that ball.
And the ball will go out of bounds. I think Metamora knocked it out of bounds right at about the 40-yard line.
Take it right there.
Yep, they'll get good field position.
Again. What did I miss? I talking to these two guys. I missed the third quarter.
Yeah, well, we threw an interception. It almost looked like it was pass interference, but they got the ball, got the interception, and they drove down the field and got a they had a penalty on third and about 12. Got a penalty. And that set up their touchdown. So Thomas Hall has to go back to work here now.
Yeah, definitely. Let's answer that. It looks like they're going to start bringing people from the secondary, so maybe they decided they better put some pressure on the quarterback, which I felt they should have done a long time ago.
So that's a pickup of about a yard. You got Yeager on the sideline, and you've got Ryan Vogel.
Burnett's wingback. 21 on the left.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. He's back in, so he's.
Whoa.
Poston with a pickup of about 4 yards, brings up a third and about 5. Close in on 6 minutes to go.
I don't know if you're going to be able to run it. I think they're pretty packed up inside there. You're probably going to have to throw it to loosen them up again. They probably think you're not going to throw it, but
yeah. 3rd and 5 for the Redbirds at about the 44-yard line.
Hey, you can't do that. They came on the field late.
Oh, that's interference. He pushed him.
And that'll send the Redbirds on for their first punt of the year.
Wow, really? Oh my gosh. Is Hall the punter?
Hall is the punter.
Huh.
5:26 to go, third quarter. Looks like Gatton is kind of cramped up too a little bit. Pretty good punt. That'll go into the end zone. That'll come back out to the 20. 5:19 to go, third quarter. Redbirds up 42-14.
You have a tendency when you get a lead like that to get real conservative.
And
you don't want to make a mistake. You don't want to fumble the ball. You don't want to do this. You don't want that. You still got to play football. You still got to turn it loose and play.
Is there a penalty? There is a penalty. Looks like we're going to have to punt the ball again. Nope, we're sending our defense back out onto the field.
Now, does the ball come out to the 25 when punt goes in the end zone? That's where it is, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not sure I understand that one. Pretty good job by the Redbird defense. Another guy that's down with, looks like a leg cramp. Who is that came off the field?
Number 5.
Oh, that's Drew Damry. Oh, that's good defense.
It is.
I can't see who's out there making the tackle. Looks like Joe Birch and Connor Burnett and Ryan Bagol.
Another guy down.
Another cramp.
Evidently, they're moving him around.
Yeah, that's Ryan Bagol. Looks like a leg cramp again, isn't it?
Yeah. They're pointing the toe back, so that's usually what happens.
.439 to go. Third quarter, it's been kind of a lengthy third quarter.
Yeah, it has. We haven't done much at all.
No. We've gotten kind of conservative.
Run the clock. Run the clock. 88, is that?
That's Ryan Bagol. 89.
89, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a cramp the way he's walking off the field. Boy, they feel like your leg's going to fall off.
I get them at night quite a bit. I get them in my thigh area. Boy, that really hurts.
Oh.
I tell you, I can't hardly.
Wake you up?
Oh, I'm straight up, boy. I jump up. It gives a weight on it right now.
3rd and 8 for the Rocks.
Screen.
Oh, that's Connor Burnett. He sniffed that out, and then he got back to the line of scrimmage. What a job by Connor Burnett.
Yep, 21.
And that'll force a punt for the Rock Island Rocks. Closing in on 4 minutes here in the third quarter. 42-6, Redbirds lead.
(42-14).
42-14, you're right, I'm sorry.
Don't get my hopes up here about a running clock. First down.
They had men downfield. They had linemen downfield.
That's what Pat's trying to tell him, too.
And Pat is not happy.
No, he's not. Where's he going?
He's going right to that referee.
Was she talking to their players?
No, he was talking to the ref.
Oh.
They had two linemen downfield.
Timeout on the field. Timeout Metamora.
Pat will get a standing ovation for arguing his point. 3:41 to go here in this third quarter. They cross the 50 into Redbird territory.
First down, Rock Island.
And that was a gift touchdown by the referees.
Yeah, on the lineman downfield. Yeah, that was well blocked. They pulled the guard.
I think there's a penalty. There is a flag down, I think. Yep, there is a flag down. I'm going to move the ball back 10 yards from the spot of the foul, so it's going to move it back almost to the first down marker, or to the back to the first down marker.
They call it holding? I didn't see.
I thought they said block in the back.
Oh. I think Pat's got him that call for his complaints earlier.
Now it's on. David Reynolds from Metamora.
Brings up ace.
Second about 7.
Coming in on 2:30 in the third quarter. That hit the ground.
Yeah.
Brings up a third in about 7.
Right. Same second. That was third. Had pretty good coverage.
Yeah, I've been very impressed with the Metamora defense. You know, you talked about it earlier. They gave up the big run for the touchdown, but then that was pretty much it.
Right. Until they had a penalty. Called that ball back on the last touchdown run. Guard tackle pull.
Well, that was pretty good swarm tackle.
Wilson on the carry.
Up to about the 35, and that's going to be a
They'll
loss.
go for it.
Yeah, they got to go for it. They went for it on 4th and 10, and they threw a pass. So.
Yeah.
4th and 6, they actually lost a yard. 1:45 to go, third quarter. Redbirds up 42-14. Metamora's been able to substitute a lot here this second half too, and get some guys some valuable time.
Yeah, and that's important too. Not only that, but they're tired and they're cramping up and stuff like that. That gives them, keeps them fresh. Nice run. The kid's pretty good.
Flag on the field.
There's a flag.
That was Devin Swift on the carry.
That's way back here. I think they're going to get them for holding.
Probably that's the area because he was dropped back to pass. What's all that about?
So that's a spot foul too, so that's going to push him even further back. It'll be 4th and a bunch.
Yeah, that's it.
That's going to cross into Rock Island territory. That's going to make it a 4th and about 26 yards. And that'll send on their punting unit.
Oh, they don't seem to be, do they?
Yeah, they
got
got
a punter. Uh-oh, flag on the coach.
On their coach?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He complained about roughing the punter.
That was an acting job.
Yeah. That was.
So that's going to be added. They're going to add 15 yards onto the end of that punt.
Yeah, because they're marking it off right now. Yes, definitely. So that'd be, we got, again, good field position. Have we? I don't think we've taken a snap inside the 20, have we?
No. Inside their 20.
Yeah, but not inside ours.
So the Metamora offense comes back onto the field. 1 minute to go here, third quarter. And Kyle Bartman takes it across the 50. That's an awful nice block. I couldn't see who that was out there that got that block, but that was.
Is he the shortstop in baseball?
Yes.
Okay. So he and Vogel both playing.
Yeah. So once again, they cross the 50. That short pass has really paid dividends for Metamora.
Yeah, it really
tonight.
has, because right now there's only one guy out there defending him, and they're able to get him blocked and cut back up inside, and they got a lot of running room.
.26 seconds, third quarter. Rock Island will take a timeout. In just a few minutes here, we'll go down to our sideline reporter, Colton Kaler. We haven't had a whole lot of opportunities to talk to him tonight, but Colton, are you there?
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, obviously the story of the third quarter so far is about every other play. You know, Metamora player's been dropping down with the cramp. It looks like Ryan Vogel will be done for the night as he cramped up pretty bad. Jack Moore took a hit in the first half with a helmet to the leg. He's feeling a little bit of discomfort, so he'll be done for the night as well. Status is uncertain for Austin Yeager as he took a chop block there. But we also have Ryan McGoal and looks like John Nelson. John Nelson looked to be cramping. But, yeah, it just seems that like every other play, someone's going down.
Doesn't seem like it's anything serious.
No, nothing serious. Vogel's was a little scary to look at first or to see because he came off the field, carried, and he was yelling and just seeming a lot of discomfort, but it was just a cramp for him, and he's fine now, but they're just shutting him down for the night just so that it doesn't affect anything further down the road.
And that's the nice thing about being up 42-14.
And you got some subs that can play too.
26 seconds to go here, third quarter. Boy, they just ran through tackles there. And it looks like that'll probably be on us. You argue with a ref and they'll give you a call.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're going the wrong way.
Illegal block, call against Metamora.
So that'll make it a first and about 14.
Brings up first down at 14 for Metamora.
I think Tommy's just going to let the clock run out, and that'll be the end of the third quarter. Again, I'd like to thank our sponsors, Snyder Village, Sunbelt Rentals, Michael's Italian Feast, Metamora IGA, Metamora McDonald's, Metamora Fields Golf Club, Mason Funeral Homes, Logo Wear, Hanover's Pub, Germantown Grill, Daisy Mays Gambling Cafe, Commerce Bank, and City Blue Technologies. Well, Coach, Coach Ryan probably called off the dogs a little bit this second half.
Oh yeah, definitely. You don't want to take too many chances. You just want to be. You want the clock to run. Somehow get it to run.
Yeah.
And running the ball is going to help that get that done. So yeah, definitely. You know, overall, this has been a good game for them. We came in on, you know, they're pretty good. It's going to be a test, and we actually blew them out. So you know, it's an impressive win for the Redbirds.
Yeah, I thought so too. It's been every bit of the progression that Coach Ryan talked about earlier in the year about getting a little bit better each and every week.
Yeah, and you know, you got East Peoria and Limestone coming up, and you got a real good opportunity to be at least 4-0, and then you got Dunlap, who's beatable. So, you know, you're going to go into maybe that Washington ball game undefeated. That'd be a crowd there, won't there?
No, that's here,
yeah.
week 8.
Yeah.
And you're going to get to be in a nice, by that time, probably heated press box.
Really?
Yeah, we're heated in here.
Yeah, definitely. That helps. But we got Morton before that, too. They're awfully good. So there's a few tests coming up. The big thing is if you stay healthy.
Yeah, and I think other than the cramps, I think Metamora's fine.
Oh, yeah, this game, sure.
So that'll bring up that's a pickup of about 6 yards.
Yeah, you know, it's impressive to be able to run because they're playing run. They're not playing pass at all. And they got everybody up tight, and you're still able to run football. So I bet most of those are the regulars also for the Rock Island.
Yeah. In 42-14 Redbirds.
Belly. Nice block. Guard pulled, kicked the end. Everybody else blocked down toward the center.
Yeager's back out there. Colton talked about him being a little dinged. He's back out there again, and that's a good sign.
Yeah. Game like this, you get dinged, you might lose your spot for a week or so. Because several runners that have looked good carrying the ball.
Brings up a third and about 3 for the Redbirds.
This is usually where the quarterback carries the ball.
We're going to punt the ball.
It's a good idea. Put them deep. They're going to get one. They're going to have to earn it.
As we close in on 10 minutes in the ball game. Stick around afterwards for, I'm sure, an interview with a very happy head coach Pat Ryan.
I don't know. He's been mad at those officials.
Well,
he may not be too happy.
But he's probably going to be happy with his players.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely. Yeah. I don't know how he handles after a game. I've never heard him, but yeah, I'm sure he's always very positive.
Pretty nice punt. Well, it just rolls dead at the 20-yard line. It looked like it was going to go out of bounds and just died.
Yeah, I was watching these guys block from behind.
9:32 to go. You know, if Rock Island, I mean, their offense is running the football.
Yeah.
And when you fall this far behind, that makes it awfully tough to come back.
Definitely. Yeah, you can't rely on the passing game. Although this kid, I think, is throwing the ball maybe even a little better than the starter. Now this looks like a different kid at quarterback.
That's a pickup of about 3.
I guess they're still number 1. I thought that he had sleeves on or something. Well, if he's your good one, you wonder how much longer he's going to be in there carrying the ball.
Yeah. We've substituted a lot of kids.
That's good. You give somebody another look and keep everybody happy. They practice harder. And
it's going to be 4th and 1.
At this point, I would think they'd go for it no matter what.
Yeah. 8:15 to go in the ball game. Oh, they're going to stop them short of a first down. That's who was that? Cursa Grossa in on the stop, along with number 30, Austin Asbury, also in on the tackle. That's a pretty good job by guys that you consider maybe your second teamers. Did an awful nice job.
You never know when they may be first team or somebody gets hurt or whatever, so that's all good experience.
So the Redbird offense will come back onto the field. Is it maybe time for Vinny Q?
I would think. That's what I would do. I think I'd get my, or else it's time for him to hand off. if he goes back in, he should be handing off.
Oh, that's Zach Beanblossom.
Okay. You see what year is he?
He's a senior, number 8. Good to see him getting a few snaps. Takes it down to about the 25-yard line. And that'll be Zach Poston. Hit that hole pretty quick.
He's a sophomore?
He's only a sophomore. Yeah. He's got some big play potential.
How many sophomores are playing quite a bit? Not many.
Him and Bagol.
Yeah.
And then there's a lineman that's injured right now that they really like. Cole Mickna, number 77, is another kid they really like. They think he's got a really good future. Right at 7 minutes to go in the ball game. And that should be close to a first down. Poston again. He made a nice cut.
Yeah, he did. He almost broke that tackle, too, when the guy wrapped up on him. He's tried to straight arm him, but it didn't get him off of it. Looks like most of the subs for both teams are in now, I think.
Yeah, I think so, too. Freshmen play tomorrow morning at 11.
Yep. That was a mess, wasn't it?
It was a mess.
Oh.
Beanie took a pretty good shot there. He'll lose about 4 yards and brings up a 3rd and about 6.
That'll teach him
it's a
to
fourth
drop
down.
the ball, won't it? He dropped that snap, and boy, he took a hit.
Just under 6 minutes to go.
You know, one of my pet peeves as a coach would be at this stage of the game, if you want me to put in my subs, then you better put yours in too, because there's nothing worse than you leaving your regulars in, and I got my sophomores quarterback in there, and he's taking a pound. So I think both teams have done that, though. I think both teams have substituted and given some other kids a chance to play.
Looks like some clean jerseys for Rock Island.
Yeah. Didn't get anything, or didn't get the first.
No. They'll take over on downs. 5:28 to go, third quarter. Redbirds up, 42-14. Metamora will take a timeout. Had a little trouble there getting some of their substitutes in.
Yeah, you get some of those kids have played. Some of them don't want to go. Every once in a while, you get kids just happy to be there, just happy to be part of the team. You know, they're not really anxious to play much. But then on the other hand, you get them that really want to, and you got to make sure they get in the ball game. I had a big senior tackle down in Heron that wanted to come up to me before the last playoff game. He says, "Coach," he said, I haven't been playing the last couple weeks. I'd like to play. And I explained to him what he needed to do to play and get on the field. I says, "You do that in practice?" I says, "I'll get you on the field for the game." And sure enough, he worked hard. Game time coming. I said, "Well, I want you every third series to go in at left tackle. Don't come to me. Don't ask me. Just do it." Well, halftime he comes up, he says, "Coach, I didn't go in."
I forgot.
I said, "Did your dad want you to?" He said, "Yes." That was the whole story. Uh-oh.
Overthrew the receiver.
He was open too.
Yeah, 5:21.
You know, you got to teach your quarterbacks, when you got a kid open like that, make sure he catches the ball, even if he has to stop and wait for it. You know, get him the football. But that's a young quarterback. He's got to learn that. Get some air under it. Get it up in the air.
'57 Zach Barker comes into the Redbird lineup. Number 12 Connor Lopez in.
My neighbor. Oh.
Flag on the field. Pass complete to Aaron Voss. Evan Jones on the tackle for Metamora.
It looks like it's against Rock Island.
Probably is. You get another block in the back or on the outside out there.
Ashton Rowe comes in. It's a hold.
He probably just tackled the defender rather than blocking.
Brings it up. Is that third down? Yep, third down for Rock Island. Third and about 10.
Third down and 10 for the Rocks.
The pass is completed. Pretty nice looking pass.
Yeah, that kid's going to get some playing time. A first string quarterback getting hurt, he might have lost his position.
4:24 to go. Be a first down. .409 to go. Trevor King in on the tackle.
First down, ball at midfield.
Now, is there a JV game Monday night against Rock Island?
Well, it's, supposedly.
Wilson on the carry. Tripped up by Austin Asbury.
Number 61, Sam Dubois comes into the Redbird lineup.
Is he really, most of Dubois is in town?
Pass complete to Aaron Voss. Covered by Connor Lopez.
That'll be 3:20 to go.
Wilson on the recovery and carry. Run down by Evan Jones. Zach Parker for Metamora. Brings up fourth down and 9 for Metamora.
Bart Fight comes into the Redbird lineup. Fourth down, fourth and about 9.
Now, is that Wilson still in the ballgame? The tailback?
Yeah. Ball's incomplete. That's a pretty good job by the Redbird defense.
Yeah, who knocked it down? Number 7.
That's Evan Jones on the deflection. Nice job. That's a real nice job.
He's hobbling too. He's got a cramp.
And they'll just pick him up and carry him off.
I hope it's just a cramp. I hope it's not broke.
So with 2:30 to go in the ball game, Redbirds up 42-14.
Get a couple first downs here and go home.
Call it a night.
It's right.
.220 to go. Matt Allrit on the carry for the Redbirds. Oh, nice. Yeah, cross into Rock Island territory. So the Redbirds travel to East Peoria next Friday night, take on the Red Raiders.
They lost last week, didn't they?
They lost in overtime to Streeter. I think it was like 14-7 maybe.
And tonight they were losing, I think, last time I heard.
So we closing in on a minute to go in the ball game, and the Redbirds will go to 2-0. Rock Island will go to 0-2.
Well, they don't have an East Peoria score yet, so. And that game's at East Peoria?
Yep.
Okay.
So we're inside of a minute. Metamora will probably hand off one more time. And
take it in.
That's 4th down, so.
Oh. They could almost run it out, 20 and 19.
Yeah, it's close. And that'll stop the clock, and Rock Island will get one play with 4.8 seconds. Very impressive showing by the Redbirds.
Definitely, yeah, because they come in not knowing for sure how good Rock Island was, thinking that maybe Rock Island was a lot better than people were thinking. So they played well, offensively, defensively, threw the ball well. You know, did all aspects of the game. I think maybe extra points. You missed a couple extra points. That's about it. If that's your biggest worry, you're in pretty good shape.
Yeah, pretty solid.
Yeah, 21. He still is, right?
Yeah, he's still battling, and that'll do it. The Redbirds will win 42-14. We'll be back in just a few minutes with the end of the game stats and a chat with head coach Pat Ryan.
Okay, now it's time for the end of the game stats. First for Rock Island. Devon Wilson had 30 carries for 156 yards and 1 touchdown. Victor Guzman had 1 carry for 1 yard. Vershawn Jones had 1 carry for 1 yard. And Devin Swift had 18 carries for minus 15 yards. Rock Island had a total of 143 yards rushing for an average of 3.6 yards per carry. Passing, Devin Swift was 8 for 14 for 66 yards and 1 touchdown. Receiving, Victor Guzman had 1 reception for 12 yards. Jaden Van Coley had 2 receptions for 9 yards and 1 touchdown. Devion Wilson had 2 receptions for 14 yards. Jake Hill had 1 reception for 14 yards, and Aaron Voss had 2 receptions for 17 yards. Rock Island had a total of 209 yards rushing and passing. First downs, Rock Island had 6 first downs rushing, 4 passing, and 1 penalty. Their second half time of possession was 13 minutes and 6 seconds. Now for Metamora. Thomas Hall had 8 carries for 30 yards and 2 touchdowns. Logan McClure had 7 carries for 20 yards. Austin Yeager had 9 carries for 31 yards. John Gatton had 1 carry for 15 yards. Zach Poston had 6 carries for 33 yards. And Zach Beanblossom had 1 carry for minus 4 yards. Matthew Orritt had 3 carries for 6 yards, and Austin Asbury had 1 carry for 2 yards. Metamora had a total of 133 yards rushing for 3.7 yards per carry. Passing, Thomas Hall was 15 for 19 with 1 interception and a total of 272 yards passing and 4 touchdowns. Receiving, John Gatton had 3 receptions for 46 yards and 2 touchdowns. Jack Moore had 3 receptions for 68 yards and 1 touchdown. Kyle Bartman had 4 carries for 63 yards. Ryan Vogel had 1 reception for 41 yards. John Nelson had 4 receptions for 54 yards and 1 touchdown. Metamora had a total of 405 yards total rushing and passing. First downs, Metamora had 6 first downs rushing, 11 passing, and second half time of possession of 10 minutes and 54 seconds. Your end of the game score, Metamora 42, Rock Island 14.
Welcome back to Metamora. We're here with head coach Pat Ryan. Coach, that first half, there might be better first halves, but not a lot better.
Well, it was nice that, they kind of regrouped at halftime, but, about the middle, early second quarter when they got on their heels a little bit, we wanted to be in the go mode because we knew eventually they'd rally a little bit. But, yeah, I mean, combination. The defense gave up the quick one, and the linebackers bit on the wrong thing. They were chewing on the wrong bone, and then they got chewed. And I had to laugh because there really much way to say it. They went the wrong way, and that's all that guy needed. But after that, I think they adjusted well and didn't panic. And, we just – guys up front gave Tom the time. It looked – when we can get in that 7-on-7 mode where he gets comfortable back there.
He didn't have any pressure.
Well, and our mantra, we want to get the ball off in a certain amount of time. Every throw we make in practice, we got a stopwatch on it, because if it gets to a certain point, we know it's going to be a problem. But yeah, give the guys up front.
And your backs are picking up some of those blitzes too.
Yeah, we spent a lot. Well, we've worked on pass protection because we thought, after last week, people thought, well, you know what, they're just not going to throw it much. But our kids know, and it's not just the nice thing is it's not just one. We spread it out pretty good, which I think is really, really important. So, we got to clean up some things on the run game. But I'll tell you what, when they put 76 in there and 50 in there, they were pretty stout in there. So it was we weren't getting a whole lot of movement. But the problem is if they do that, they don't have a lot of quick off the ball, and they didn't get a lot of pass rush. So and then when they went a little lighter, we were able to run the ball a little bit more. So. Tom was in sync. We're at that point where we can make some audibles. We got that run pass option going. That he is so comfortable in that. And the thing is, he's got such long arms. He can hold that sucker for a long time before he has to make a decision. So there's plenty of good things. I don't know what the cramping situation was. That was a little bit odd. I mean, you expect one or two, but we had guys that were going in, weren't in very long when we're starting to cramp. So there's always something to look at. But overall, Scott, I thought the defense did a good job. We gave them the one. There's just a lot of positives. So the thing that we don't want to do, though, is just get caught up in our own success. We got to have that attitude that we haven't proved anything yet. And I think that helped us this week. I just don't think our kids were happy to win, don't get me wrong. But I don't think our kids really felt like they had beat a team that, and so – these guys are capable. I mean, we got on them good, but in the second half they kind of regrouped and they were still playing. And then we had to be a little careful. People say, well, why you have this guy and a guy? Well, we got a JV game tomorrow.
Yeah.
So you're caught because if you throw a guy in there too long, he's not going to be able to play So the second half was kind of funky in that regard. We were just trying to work through it, and probably to the point where our kids kind of let off the throttle a little bit. But anyway, I think other than the cramping, as far as I know, thank the Lord, I think we got through again relatively healthy, and
it looked like you got. I think we were Coach Helmick and I were talking that maybe the only thing you really could jump on him about was extra points.
Yeah, that's and Vogel tell you that was on him a couple times, and that's not characteristic of him. So, but we.
If that's the only thing you're complaining about, or the only problem you got.
But at some point that may be a humongous deal. But I think we'll get that shored up. And I'm really happy with guys like Dalton Smith that are, getting his first couple of varsity starts. Dylan Schmidt, those guys have been waiting for a chance to play. And we saw another uptick. I think those two made a big improvement. Joe Birch and Eric Reinertson is so much in better shape than he was a year ago, and it's just playing at a really high level. I know their 76 is really good, and I got a lot of respect for him. I think he's going to Northern Iowa. But I tell you, I'm not sure I'd trade because Eric was doing it on both sides of the ball. He made a lot of plays, and he got sacked.
Yeah.
You know, he's a space taker, and for him to burst through and get a sack, that's like a bonus. So plenty of positives. What a nice crowd. That was the biggest student section for a football game that I have ever seen in my life here. And, you know, I give the assistant principal, Terry Vaughn, was pumping it up. I mean, he actually got on and said, you know, we got to get 300 students to, you know, and we've just never had it. I mean, there's just an assumption will go, but he kind of got everybody fired up, and I think they had fun. And then, you know, we just had a really nice crowd. And it was good to see Mike and Russ and, you know, Mike Reddington and Russell Klein. I told him, I said, you know what, when you guys were seniors, if you'd have had a quarterback like that, you'd have for sure won a state championship. We won't go into who the quarterback was on that team, but it'd take me a week to throw as much as Tom did tonight there. So anyway, so happy. I thought Jared, the defensive guys made great adjustments. You know what, we're tackling in groups again.
Yeah.
You know, and that is so good to see. We're blocking well in the perimeter. I know we had a holding call.
Which was that a hold?
I don't know. And they got discombobulated because the one official, the referee, went down. He didn't work the second half. So I don't know who was supposed to watch the big dude running down the field when they faked the punt, but I mean, it kind of whizzed by him. So I didn't mean to, I was not trying to show him up. I just said, you know, we have to evaluate crews, and you're saying, look, you know, that's something that you just, but we're okay. Everything's fine. Fine.
You got a standing ovation when you came off the field.
That's not what I wanted to do. I just wanted to make sure that they understood why we were upset, and you move on. So.
But, Coach, you know, every aspect, you had your first punt of the year this year. You've only had one, a pretty solid one. He got it inside the 20.
Yeah, well, him and Ryan, Tommy and Ryan Vogel they're both very competitive guys, and they both, you know, so when Vogue cramped up, Tommy's, you know, they're both in there. So Tommy was kind of he wants the punt job. He wants to have that position. So I'm sure Vogue's going to be on that tomorrow. But and Ryan played great. I mean, look at all the things that he does on a football field.
Heck of a catch.
Yeah, I mean, that was just I don't know how he caught it. And I mean, you don't coach those things. Kids just have instincts. John Nelson had one down there. I mean, we've gone years we didn't have one guy could do that. And that didn't mean we had bad players. It just meant that's a skill set that, you know, and who wouldn't want to catch passes when Tommy's throwing it around?
Yeah, Jack Moore makes a great catch, great throw in the end zone.
That was a really nice.
And Gatton had, you know, I thought a great overall night tonight, but they picked up some tremendous blocks by Nelson and some of your guys, some of your other receivers. It's nice to see they're not selfish. They block for each other.
That's right. And I'll tell you what, Cody Kanega, our receiver coaches, you know, they work on that. They get their route work done, but it's pretty precise. I mean, we really are. You can see we've invested time into perimeter blocking. And John made a good play. John was, I think if he'd had it back, he'd have thrown it.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know where his eyes were, but you know what? If it looks like it's not gonna be good, make a play, and that's what he did. And he showed a little bit of speed there. So anyway, plenty to work on, and appreciate you guys sticking around.
Well, Coach, congratulations. Nice win. You're 2-0.
Yeah, 2-0.
And you head to East Peoria next week, and it's going to be a fun week. It's shaping out to be going to be a really fun season.
We just don't want to get ahead of ourselves. You know, we gotta enjoy this, get better, and don't take anybody lightly.
All right, Coach, we'll let you get going here, but thanks a lot for coming up.
Thank you.
And great win.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Scott.
That'll do it from Malone Field. Redbirds win 42-14. We'll see you next week in East Peoria.